Oi, pessoal, tudo bem? Nós estamos começando aqui hoje mais um podcast especial aqui do Conferência Eficiência aqui do GKPN. Hoje estou com meu amigo aqui, Daniel Costa, meu co-hoster aqui, né, Dani? E a gente está muito empolgado no dia de hoje, certo?
Muito bom. Bom, para quem não me conhece, meu nome é Daniel Costa, sou aqui da Central, Chairman and Co-Founder da Blip, uma empresa que conecta as marcas, as pessoas, usando o melhor da inteligência artificial, orquestração de software e pessoas, principalmente dentro do WhatsApp. E hoje eu estou aqui com meu amigo Glenn e minha amiga Jackie, e a primeira coisa que eu vou fazer é deixar eles se apresentarem. So, hello, welcome to our podcast, and I love you to introduce yourself, and talk and go directly to the point. How many kids? What is your company? What's the size of it? Where you are? What do you do for a living? And then Jackie, talk just a little bit about your beautiful family.
Hello, everyone. I'm Glenn, and I'm from the Philippines, and privileged to be here in Brazil for the first time. My wife and I, Jackie, have been married for 24 years now, and going on 25 in October. We have 6 beautiful children, one with the Lord. Our oldest, Hannah, is 24. Second is Rachel, 21. Valerie would have been 16 years old this year. And Jacob is 15. David is 13. And Beatrice is 10.
Wow.
Yeah. So besides our wonderful family, I'm privileged to steward a company in the Philippines called Sea Oil. We're one of the largest independent oil companies in the country. And we started in retail in 1998. And we now have over 800 stations as part of our network. And truly a privilege to have grown the business over the last several years. In 2023, we did about $2 billion in revenue.
Wow.
So it's, I think, one of the exciting privileges that we have to be able to grow and run a business for the Lord.
Very nice. How about you, Jackie?
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm happy to be here in
Belo Horizonte.
Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais.
Yes.
Yeah, and so happy to meet all the nice people here in Brazil. Thank you for inviting us. So I'm Jackie, and I'm the helpmate of Glenn. And as he's mentioned, we have 6 kids. Actually, we have 2 batches.
Yeah.
Kids, the young adults and the teenagers and the preteens. So you can just imagine our house. It's always noisy, busy, and that is my day-to-day life. You know, taking care of the house, the kids. And part-time, I also help Glenn in the business. Many years ago, when we just started, I helped in the company, in the family business, full-time. But I'm so blessed that my time is flexible. So I was able to raise my children full-time at the same time working for the company. So I'm so blessed. Yeah, thank you.
So, I have been to Philippines last year. I have this bless you to host me for beautiful days. And I realized that Philippines and Brazil, we have a lot of in common. But we also have very bad things in common about the political environment. Unfortunately, people sometimes don't deal well with taxes, having shortcuts to do a lot of things wrongly, thinking that they will have more benefits. And what I know from you is that you are doing exactly the opposite. Can you talk a little bit about it? How do you do it? Because I think that in Philippines and Brazil, people are proud to say that they are not paying the taxes. And exactly you are doing the other way around. What's going on?
Well, I think it's important to say that uh, that the reason that we have that conviction to pay the right taxes is maybe the example also of other Christian business people, and serving as an inspiration for us to do the right thing. When I first became a Christian many years ago, and this is when we were just newly married, um, I think that was one of the fears that I have in terms of how to run the business the right way. And I think in the beginning, I would rather be an anonymous Christian in and not let people know that I'm a follower of Jesus when it comes to business. But then, we have a real estate developer who is a believer. He's actually my spiritual mentor, and every building that they construct at the top, they put "In God We Trust." And I think that that is really a public testimony of and letting people know that they are followers of Jesus. And I think that helped us a lot to overcome the fear. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is there is some fear. If in fact my father shared and confided that to Jackie, and I think many years now later, he can share that, when my son told me that we were going to pay the right taxes, oh, I was so worried. Maybe you want to share that.
Yeah, that has been his testimony. And he keeps mentioning that when his son decided that we would do things right, that we would pay the right taxes, that we would declare everything above board, it worried him. But then many years later, he realized, God was faithful, and it was such a big impact to him. And you said earlier that people are happy and proud of not paying taxes. But really, it's the happiness is being able to sleep well at night.
Yes.
Yeah, and not having fear of your employees that, they know that there's something you're doing wrong, fear of being caught. That is not being happy. Being happy is being able to sleep well at night and, have peace in your heart. So and many years later, it was very hard that,
At
I'm
first.
I'm an accountant, and I served in the tax department of the company. So I had to face a lot of internal revenue officers, because of the sins of the past. I had to face that, and it wasn't easy. But God would not give you something that you cannot overcome. He will give you a little at a time. And then many years later, you would realize, oh, God was there all along. When you decide that you're going to do something, God will be there to carry you through the challenges.
And when we decided to pay the right taxes, I think the first thing we needed to overcome was we needed to accept that perhaps the consequences will come. And the question I always ask when we were having these conversations in the beginning is, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I think that what was important is, the worst thing that could happen is if we were disobedient to God's calling. And I think for us that was more important. But we had to pray, we had to ask God to bring us people to help us to face the authorities. So the tax authorities would also be asking for bribes, and we would also have to be wise and ask the Lord how to
No.
handle those situations, because many times they don't understand why we do not want to just look the other way and pay the bribe and be um get on with life. And why would we want to make life more difficult for us? But in many ways, God helped us also to, um, when we decided to do things right, to be more creative, to innovate, to be more conscious about how we can grow the business the right way. And it allowed us to grow the it in a more sustainable manner. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We still make mistakes.
Yes.
But at least we are authentic. Our employees can see that, there's a struggle in making decisions. We know it's difficult. But we tell them, oh, this is our values. This is what we stand for. Okay. How can we comply, but at the same time be innovative if competition is tough, so we comply but we can be innovative.
Yes. Yes. So something that I want to tell everyone here in Brazil is that we are here, we are friends for more than 10 years, going to the same events all over the world. And what we are seeing here is exactly this. People think that the shortcut will lead them to success. And we are seeing here, if we do the right things, we also will have rewards.
Yes.
Because in the natural business environment, also other companies, government, investors, society, and also customers can see that a good company is a good company that can comply, that can do things, and can be also blessed. So here at Powercast, what we are trying to do in bringing amazing people is to giving the right testimony that it is possible to be blessed by doing the correct things. So Glenn, getting back to it, I see that you are in a tough business, that you have a lot of challenges, and you are talking about petrol and now other natural resources to create energy like ethanol, that is the same that we have in Brazil.
Yes.
And you are moving forward to electrical car and batteries.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about what Jackie mentioned about the innovation in your business and how we connect innovation with faith?
Well, because we are created in God's image, we have the ability to think outside of the box and to create things that um, that can provide people joy and can serve people and add value. And I always have the perspective of, our God is sovereign, and if we are created in His image, if He is able to create the universe and the beauty and the intelligent design that we see in the universe, then it's such a privilege to be able to do the same in the context of business. So that's one of the things that excites us, is to be able to have that opportunity to co-create something with God's leading and God's wisdom. So many years ago, that's part of our journey in the oil business. One of the things we realize is that we're not really in the oil business. We're in the fuel business. So this is an evolution of our mindset. So that opens us up to now biofuels like ethanol or biodiesel. And in many ways, that's a game changer in our industry. The other things that we've pioneered in is we also are thinking about how we partner with people in their communities, and we became a franchising business. And many people don't know that we're a Hall of Fame franchisor.
Wow.
And that has allowed us to partner with many people in their local communities and to help grow the business with them. So in that context as well, we have this mindset that we want to continue disrupting the business that we're in to serve our customers. And our mindset really is to so we have certain mottos or mantras that we use in our office, like better before bigger, where how can we look at a product or a service and make it better. And if we're able to make it better for the customer, then it will naturally grow bigger.
Wow.
These are perhaps one of the opportunities also for us to share our testimony and the good news to other people.
Yeah.
And having that mindset, being sensitive to that mindset of as we innovate, it can be an excellent gospel sharing opportunity. Has also allowed us to share the gospel to government officials, to in one dinner, a senator asked us, so why do we do what we do? And this is during the time we are lobbying for biofuels. And we're able to share the gospel to them. So it's opened up many opportunities to point people to Jesus when we think of ways to compete and sustainably grow our business.
So one question for Jackie now, a tricky one, Jackie. So we are seeing those days in the social media era in where people are also connecting the company image with the business owners or entrepreneurs. And most part of them that are very successful, they are very proud to show off, to take pictures in amazing places. You have been to amazing places. I have been to amazing places with you. But knowing you better all those years, something that when I look at you, I see the humbleness. For you, Jackie, most part of the wives being very honest, when they are in the midst of this wealth and opportunities and access, I think that it changed a little bit. And I'm seeing you always grounded and very faithful. How do you deal with such amount of resources, employees, influence, and always be grounded to family and Christian worldview? How do you do that?
Actually, I was just talking to Glenn about it
This morning.
this morning.
Wow.
Well, I think it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have these resources. But God took away that desire to have things. It's nice to have not to worry about what you're going to eat. I'm so thankful about that. I have a good husband who provides well. Praise God. But God took away or the appetite for luxury. It doesn't give me happiness to have material things that are expensive, that are branded. I don't know. It's just, I guess, supernatural. It's not from me. It's from the Lord.
I think
This is good.
and I thank the Lord for that.
Thanks, right?
Yeah. And seeing the poverty in our country, where it's just very hard to spend on something like a bag, spend thousands of pesos on it. But you see, on the other side of the spectrum, that would probably be able to buy so many meals for a family in the Philippines. So the value of money, I just don't I cannot spend on something for a bag that costs probably several meals for a family. That's
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, Glenn, you have a big company, many employees. Sometimes it's difficult to implement the culture, yeah, in the company.
Mm-hmm.
What the challenge and what your advisor to try to implement your vision, your Christian vision, your Christian culture in the company with the many employees?
Well, I think one of the things that helped me in my mindset to live out my Christian values in the company is understanding that we are to love people, but be hard on the issues. So sometimes, as I've had many conversations where the challenge is in that mindset where, maybe people will see me as a softie when I come out and say, "Oh, I'm a Christian," and they might take advantage of me and abuse my Christian generosity, as an example. Um, and I think that that comes also from maybe not a complete understanding also of our being good Christians, because um, part of the attributes of God is He's just. Besides extending grace, He's also just. And how do you apply grace and justice at the same time? Um, when uh, when I come to that principle of loving people and being hard on the issues, then it also creates that culture where you can let go of people because they're not um, they're not carrying their weight in the company, but also love them at the same time. I think this is um, uh, very, very helpful to be able to identify that. And many people tell me um, afterwards, the ones that I have to had to let go have come back and said thank you for doing that, because I had to experience the consequences of what I've done. We were just having a conversation with our kids the other day, and I was sharing with them, I had to let go of someone who was working for the company for the last 12 years. And I told them, he had made some mistakes and I love him, but I want him also, as part of my love, for him to experience the consequences of his actions. And that's a way, I think, for us to live out our Christianity in the workplace, and holding people accountable, but loving them at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. It's good. And I have another question about you. I know the petrol is a commodity. Sometimes the price is high, sometimes the price is low. Sometimes you can do anything because the crisis, the war, and change everything, change all the planning. Yeah.
Yes.
How could you be strong in a crisis scenarios? Yeah. How can you plan? You stray. Okay, I'm right. Yeah. What do you get there?
Well, one is a steward's mindset. And, I'm just a manager and God is the owner. So,
His problem, right?
yes, it's at the end of the day, God, this is your business. Help me, give me wisdom how to address this crisis that we're going through in a way that honors and glorifies you. And we've gone through many crises in the last 30 years. Um, from the time when we started the business, the price of oil has been very, very volatile. But God is so faithful because 30 years down the road, we're still here.
Yeah.
So we've learned how to, when going through this crisis also, it's important to go back and be reminded of God's faithfulness
Yes.
and how He has allowed us to find solutions. He brought and bring the right people to us to give us good counsel to get through many challenges that um, may have seemed impossible for us to get to to be able to overcome those challenges. It's really a testimony also for us to be able to share.
Very nice. So, Jackie, we are seeing that you are so into the family, but also into the business. I will make two questions. One that you like. What, looking at Glenn, this beautiful man, what do you admire him the most? Why? What are, as a spouse, you can be very open now.
Okay, two things. He is a leader. If there is difficulties, challenges, you want somebody to take charge and take the lead, and he's the one. He's not scared. He's very courageous. Number two, no matter how busy he is, he carves time out of his schedule to spend time with me and the children individually.
Wow. And you have?
He knows the schedule of the kids, the older ones, more than me.
Wow.
It's very consistent. Every day he calls them a certain time of the day, and he knows their schedule. If they're already out of the house or they're not yet in the house, he knows. So
Wow.
he's consistent in that sense.
Yes. And so the second question, this is the hardest one. So you mentioned that you have 6 kids. Now we are talking about 5.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a tough story, but part of just thing here is to talk about the difficulties and how we overcome it. And yesterday we have the privilege of Glenn share a little bit of it. What are the main lessons and what happens in your life that change you? And how do you use your faith to overcome this challenge?
Early on in our marriage, two major events. Early on in our marriage, we were building our house 3 blocks away from his parents. So while we were building that house, we stayed with his parents for the time being. And then 10 months into our marriage, his mom had a major accident that left her incapacitated for the rest of her life. So because of that, we decided that it's best for us to stay with his father, to give him support, and so we had to let go of our dream house. We had to give it to another brother, and that was very hard for me.
Yes.
Yes. So early part of our marriage, that was always an issue. Me having to take on the responsibilities of his mom, to take care of the family, his dad and his brothers were all not married then.
He
So,
became the matriarch overnight.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had to be the one to take care of the big house of his mom, take care of the brothers, and then giving birth to our first child. I had to grow up so fast.
Yeah.
And then I had to help out also in the business. It was a time, not a good time also, the crisis. But I obeyed. I obeyed, and then I also fixed my walk with the Lord. I truly surrendered my life, and not many weeks later, he also gave his life to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the obedience. Obedience comes blessings.
Mm-hmm.
So many years I've been praying for his salvation, but the Lord had to deal with my heart first. So after I obeyed, then my prayers were honored for him. And then many years later, after 5, 6 children, all growing up in the house, being with my father-in-law, and then later on, my father-in-law coming to Christ as well and using the house to have his Bible studies. It's gone full circle, and I could say that had I not obeyed, I would not have experienced that blessing, and my children would not have experienced the blessings of being with the grandfather and seeing my grandfather also coming to know the Lord. So that was one big challenge, but it turned out to be a blessing.
Yes.
And then the second was when we lost our baby Valerie.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no explanation of what happened to her.
Mm.
And we were ready to not have any more children. No.
And it was the
Third.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we really wanted a boy. Chinese families, having boys to
Son.
carry on
Mm.
the
family
and him
name.
being the eldest in the family.
Mm.
So
it means a lot.
yeah, for Chinese culture. So we were ready not to have any more. If God doesn't give us any more, then we're fine with that. But then after 6 months, I got pregnant. God gave us a boy, finally. And then after 2 years, wow, bonus, another boy. And then after 2 years, wow, bonus, we have a girl. So you see, we cannot understand God's ways,
Yeah.
but we can always count on His faithfulness.
Mm.
So just to
Yeah,
emphasize, obedience
With
comes
obedience
blessing.
comes.
blessing.
Blessing. With obedience comes blessing.
This is so good.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, very good. So, Glenn, something that I when I went to Philippines, I saw this crazy traffic, that very tough environment in business that we talk. But when I went to your company, I feel a lot of peace. How do you deal with your main leadership? Now we are not talking about the employees.
Mm-hmm.
It's a daily basis with your directs, because they are there for the good and for the bad.
Yes.
There are hard times.
Mhm.
There's a lot of innovation. There is a lot of resources. You face also, you might face, as we are having our company that is growing, issues like how to compensate, how to reward. How do you deal with those tough, the tough main themes that you deal with your leadership? What can you mention them? What are your main challenges with your directs?
Well, of course, when we are in the midst of an energy transition, you shared earlier, we are moving towards EVs, but our history is in the business of fossil fuel. So that's of course one of our major challenges at the moment. Not to mention, the wars that are ongoing, that have moved the prices of oil up and down. It's so volatile. Of course, now with the Trump presidency, the tariff wars.
Yeah.
So there are many challenges that are facing our industry at the moment. And I think the challenges of the past have prepared us to be more adaptable and to also understand what God also has impressed in our hearts where when we work with our senior leaders, we really want to see them as people, not just the skills that they bring to the table. So we are involved in many ways in their own lives. We know who their spouse is, their kids are, what their challenges are at home. If something is not right at home, it will definitely be
Effect.
brought into the workplace and impact the quality of work in the company. So it's really having that mindset that our God is in the business of people, and we want to have a more relational mindset over a transactional one. Many times when we think about running a business, it's very transactional. I hired you to be our CFO, so be good at what you do, and what you do outside of work is your own business. But God wants us to be very intentional in our interactions. And when we have a new hire, a senior person joining the company, we invite them to lunch. And we ask them, oh, bring your spouse along with you. And we want to get to know them and really pray for them, in fact, also.
When they get sick, we visit and we bring them. I bring them to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With several
I would accompany them to the doctor.
yeah, with several of them, we have to journey with them when their spouse has cancer, or when they experience a loss in the family. So we have to be there. Or we've invited several couples to a marriage retreat along with us. So when they have challenges in their own marriage, then we have to also be God's hands and feet, and allow us to be used by God to be able to restore the challenges, and repair the relationship wounds that are there. So that's helped us to really be to reflect Christ in our leadership, in the organization, in the company that we've been tasked to lead.
Very nice.
Okay. And Glenn, you are president of a non-profit organization. Yeah, let me check the name aqui. Família Muna Filipinas. Okay, I don't know spell very
Yes.
First.
well. First, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Família, okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Can you explain for us what this organization do? What you motivated to become a president?
So the vision of the movement is to strengthen families. So the vision is strengthen your families, strengthen the world. And as a nonprofit organization that got started in 2016 in the Philippines, it was really out of one of the GKPN meetings many years ago. I believe it was in Miami in 2015.
Yeah.
Where we met the author of the book called Be a Better Dad Today. And that's how actually it got started, is through a gathering where he came up to me and asked if I was from the Philippines, and I said yes. And he said something in Tagalog or Filipino, and here's a person, blonde hair, blue eyes, speaking to me in my own language. And he said maybe something about how he studied in the Philippines many, many years ago, and how he has a heart for the Philippines. And he gave me this book, How to Be a Better Father. At that time, I have already all 5 kids. And I'm thinking, okay, I think this is helpful for me because the ROI is going to be very good
Yeah.
because I have 5 kids. So, and we're really passionate about families. The Lord really was the one who opened doors of opportunity for us to be able to do that, and to start this nonprofit. Now, the nonprofit is ministering in the Philippines to pastors because we have a shepherd's family care program where we're ministering to pastors because the pastors oftentimes um, have their own relationship wounds and they don't have people that they can um, confide in and share their struggles with, and that's allowed us to champion that as a nonprofit. And we have a uniform personnel program as well for our military, where the dads, even the moms who are in the military, are not able to do their roles in family. And I remember this testimony from, he's a retired general now. He said, when I started my career as a military man, our training was that we have to sacrifice our family to do our duty as a member of the military. And I've never realized that, I can play my role good as a good father. At the same time, because I'm a good father, I can become a good general.
Wow.
And this is something that has been a blessing for us and an opportunity for us also to be able to share the good news of Jesus to many, many families in our country.
Very nice.
And when you starting to believe in Jesus, yeah, you was born in a family, a Christian family, or you become a Christian after that. How can you tell?
What was your journey?
Yeah, tell about your journey.
Well, growing up, when I was very young, I remember the conversations my parents were having about the struggles that a young family have to meet the financial needs of uh, I have five we're 5 siblings in our family. um, in the beginning, we are staying in a rented place. I'm pretending to be asleep, and I'm hearing my parents saying, "Oh, the landlord is coming tomorrow. What do we tell him? Because we don't have money to pay for rent."
Wow.
So that I realized that this part of the insecurity I have growing up, and that's why my first desire is to become a millionaire. That's my dream. So that we won't have those insecurities about having to pay rent uh, and meeting the financial needs of our family. So God gave me a gift in business. I tell them, I tell my children that my earliest business was with my sister doing, greeting cards.
Yeah.
So I'm in school, and Father's Day is coming, and I tell my classmates, "Do you want to give your father a greeting card? I can help you, and I can make one for you, personalized, and you just pay me 5 pesos tomorrow, and I have the card for you." So I would get all of the orders. Maybe I have 10 or 20 orders of greeting cards. When I get home, I tell my younger sister, "Do you want to make money? Uh, I need 20 greeting cards by tomorrow, and you can have fun doing it. I will pay you 1 peso per card." So, I sell the card for 5 pesos. My classmates are so happy. They have a card they give their father on Father's Day. My youngest sister, uh, is happy because she loves to do something and get paid for it. And I said, that's what a businessman does. He solves problems, and everybody is happy. And so when I turned 25, I became a millionaire.
Whoa.
But with that financial security, life is still empty. And I asked God, is this all there is to life? And I shared this is a very dangerous prayer when you ask the Lord, is this all there is to life? Because within 12 months, He answered my prayer by allowing me to go bankrupt and allowing me to look for the answer to life. And that answer to life is in Jesus.
Amen.
And that's how I came to Christ. And I came to Christ because of another businessman that I shared to you, who was in the pulpit on that day. There was some announcement that a certain businessman is going to be sharing in a Sunday worship service. And I'm a nominal Christian. But I want to be a good husband. So I just bring my wife to the Sunday service. I'm just sitting there to listen. And before I know it, I'm raising my hand and answering praying the sinner's prayer, answering the altar call, accepting Jesus as my personal Lord and Savior.
Wow.
Okay, now we're starting to finish. It's a beautiful story. I love this podcast. Yeah? There are many inspirations here. But now I just need to ask you, what do you like to do in a free time? What are your hobbies?
Me, I like to exercise.
Yeah.
I enjoy teaching the Bible to fellow believers, the women. So
Wow.
yeah, so I teach the Bible, and then I enjoy spending time with the kids. Yeah, yeah,
So Jackie,
yeah.
getting into this point, yesterday we did another interview with another very powerful couple. And something came to my mind, that this young generation, sometimes they fear to start a family. I'm not just talking about the girls, but everyone, the boys, the girls, the crazy environment, the politics, bipolar world, wars, economy, a lot of tech, the media. Everything is so confused and people are afraid to start a family. What you can say to them about this topic? How and why to start a family?
Um, it gives you having a family. In the context of the family, you can experience what Jesus is saying: unconditional love, sacrificial love. In the context of family, that's when it comes full circle. You understand. In some ways, you understand the love of Jesus through the family. Yes, of course, there will be difficult times when the children get sick, when there's financial troubles. But that's why family is there to go through them, to go through these things with you. And even if you are single, nothing will prevent you from experiencing difficulties anyways. But it's so nice to have somebody there to be with you when and it gives you direction also when you have children. You have to be good role models, so you have to be the best. So because God gave you this precious gift to take care of, so you have to be the best. So it also it's also for your self development also. Yeah. And yeah, how about you? Our children give us so much joy.
Yes.
This is nice.
Yes.
Yeah. And it brings out the best in the person, and it gives us the opportunity to live out and work out our salvation in the context of family. So in our family, we love. What do we love to do in our free time? We love to spend time together. And we and when we go on family retreats, we ask ourselves questions that that I know when they tell me the answer, that they're not sugarcoating it, because they're my family, right? So they're probably the only people in the world that can tell me things that I need to hear. And with that, I'm so thankful for family.
So now I'm curious. Tell us, like, what kind of feedback one of your sons or daughters gave you that make you do things differently?
So we ask our family members, three questions. So it's how can I improve? How have I hurt you? And will you forgive me?
Wow.
So in one of the conversations, and this is not with my children, it's actually with Jackie. I remember I asked her, how can I improve? And she told me I have to listen more. So I wrote in my journal, listen, listen, listen. And that's one of the things that, has helped me. Because sometimes, when you're a leader, you already have the answer, and you don't want to listen. And sometimes that comes across as being insensitive. So paying attention to them, listening to them more. And it also for men, sometimes we don't like to ask for forgiveness, right? So we are very proud as men. And many times when I say sorry before early on in our marriage, I'm saying sorry. You hear the word, but she says you don't really mean it. So it allows me to be able to say I'm sorry now in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And so
Our children hold us accountable.
yes. And I think when our children see that, it also allows them to say sorry much easier for them. What recent conversation we've been having with our kids this past year, towards the end of the year, we asked them, how can we be better this year? They told us we have to travel less. We have the second half of the year, we have been traveling so much. And it's always good to hear that from our kids, because, for children, love is spelled time. So when we hear how we can be better as parents, you wonder, you really? You want to do that in your free time? Yeah, but of course, it's a joy for us to do that. And sometimes we do it while we're exercising. Now,
Yeah.
to be able to spend time with her, I used to play a lot of golf. I love to play golf. And people ask me, when was the last time you played golf? Before I got married. No, but honestly, of course, I used to play a lot. Now, it's been years since I played.
Yeah.
But because the relationship is more important,
Yeah.
then I try to adjust and do things that we both like. So we love going on walks together. I don't like exercising so much, but now because it's the company, right? It's the company, not so much the exercise. So it's doing things together that matters for us.
And for you, you mentioned golf. What else do you do with your kids that are so funny? I have doing so many funny things with my 3 kids.
Yeah, it's really making sure that I'm intentional with them. In what I love doing with them is asking them what they are learning and walking into their world. When we walk into their world, it opens up the conversation. So my son Jacob loves Formula One. When he was early on as a teenager, he stopped talking. He did not like to talk to the parents. When we ask, "Oh, how's school today?" It's like grunting. What happened to my
The teenage years.
yeah? What happened to my son? He used to smile a lot. Now he just grunts, and I don't know if it's a yes or no when I ask him about how his day is. But when I ask him about Formula One, it's like, wow, we can talk for hours and just talk about Formula One. So recently, what we did is we bought a Lego piece
Oh, nice.
and we just spend hours building it together. And he's saying, this is DRS. This model is an old one. It's an old design. They have a new design now to handle the aerodynamics better. And that's such a long conversation that is for me such a precious moment, a magic moment.
Amazing.
I will remember all.
Okay. Let's to finish. Give to us a book recommendation or podcast or movie. What impact you?
Or a series.
Many, but I love listening to Alistair Begg.
Alistair?
Alistair Begg.
Sermons.
He's a pastor.
He's a pastor in Cleveland, Ohio,
Mm.
but he has this Scottish accent. It's very profound sermons. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we're so glad with this interview and your stories. And thank you for that. Just now, you can say something. You just start
Yes.
finishing in Portuguese.
So, amigos, eles vieram da Filipinas, voaram mais de 30 horas para estar aqui com a gente. E algo que nós temos visto no nosso meio e falamos aqui no Powercast é que participar de movimentos cristãos genuínos é uma bênção. E eu tenho aprendido muito com esse casal e tem impactado minha vida. So, thank you very much. It has been an honor to be with you guys. Thank you very much.
Praise God. Thank you.
Agora você pode presentear alguém enviando esse podcast aí para 3 pessoas, porque isso aqui, você viu essa história maravilhosa, que influência, que visão, né? Um homem extremamente relevante, com uma jornada, uma experiência tão linda, tão próxima de Deus e inspirando a gente, né? Então, muito obrigado pela sua audiência e te aguardo agora no próximo episódio.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.